Thank you, Audit LA. Or Scientology Audit, I think is it. Anyway, Will and Scientology Audit. And anybody else who helped get rid of these stupid things. They're gone, Drew. Isn't that great?
Oh, hell yeah.
Thanks.
But I don't know how many place to put my sign anymore.
I know. That was the only good thing we had about the sign.
It's like,
The flower pots was that
Yeah.
we could hang Drew's sign on it.
Yeah, you put your drink in there.
Yeah. And now we're skunked.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta switch it.
I wonder what they did with it.
I don't know. Hey, Unstoppable. Hi. One love. Hello, hello. Probably a Scientologist. Who usually look like they have a stick up their ass. Hey, JB80A. Hello. Thank you guys for coming by. Hi, Louis. We're here at the Scientology Center. Okay, so now a couple things that we have to tell you. You want to tell them about the... Wow. What? What?
I connected pretty easy. Oh.
Drew and I first went by, hi, Unstoppable SP, and hi, Lily I. Thank you guys for coming by. So first we went by the testing center just to see, what's happening there. And we're sitting right out in front of the testing center doors, and they're open, right? So we're sitting right there. Do you remember the quote?
Oh, treat this as an adventure.
Wait,
Wait.
I'm going to put it on you. Drew reads the quote that's inside against the wall. All right, so now.
Treat this as an adventure, and it will be an adventure, and you will never be the same again. and probably correct on
that. So that's the quote he reads, and as he reads it, the doors shut close. It's like, way to go, Scientology. Treat it as an adventure. I know, it was really funny. So then, even better, we go by the HGV coming this way, and there's a potato stand right out in the corner in front of the L. Ron Hubbard Life Exhibition. Hello. And we were like, wow. I mean, they used to never let us even stand over the line next to the L. Ron Hubbard Life Exhibition. And now there's a big potato stand. I made a video about it, the earlier videos about that, showing it. Jan from another planet. Hi. That's pasta. That's patata. Okay. Anyway, it was funny to see. It really was. Hello. Don't ever get in Scientology. Good. Hager Basher. Hi. I know, isn't that a great name, Janet from another planet? Awesome. Anyway, it was very funny to see. And we have a couple of plans for the future, but we're not going to tell right here. Hi, the cypress trees are pretty. Oh, okay. The cypress trees. Let's see. Let me look and see. Is it... That's up by, see, there's AOLA. You can kind of see it squeaking through there. And then this is the restaurant down the other way. Yeah. And then here's the empty Church of Scientology. Thanks to everyone. The tree's behind you. Oh, okay. All right. Let me see. All right. Let's do it this way. Okay. So, okay. I see what you're saying. Woo. Interesting. Well, thank you for letting me know where you were talking. So that's our adventure for tonight so far. There's nobody on L. Ron Hubbard Way, as usual. And did you figure out your sign? You got it?
Yeah.
All right, let's see it. Let me put it on here. All right, here's Drew's sign. Oh, wait, I got to turn it around. Okay.
And tilt it with it. Okay, we're good. Hold it up.
No, I think you're good.
Okay.
Tick tock, tick tock. Time's on our son. I told you, David. There's an army out here. I did tell him that in 2000.
These are all Magoo.
The way out is the nearest door. I know. These are all things I've said over 24 years. Scientology is a mind control cult. Absolutely. And if you hear this and you're in, get out. Hi. How you doing? Good. The way out is the nearest door.
Yeah, you push.
Woo-hoo.
You ran the wheels off that car.
Yeah, I know. Scientology. Okay, good. We got it. Thank you. Thank you, Drew. Mokuisms. They like your sign. Cool. I know. I like it too. He got it on Amazon. It's amazing the things you can get on Amazon. Cool sign. I agree. And he can change it to whatever he wants in different colors too, right?
Yes.
That's cool.
I got purple on it.
There you go. And guess what? I have purple on too.
There you go.
But it didn't look like anything's happening on L. Ron Hubbard Way. No surprise. Thank you. Thank you, Frisian. Frisian? Robert Sandy Beach. OT3 is available on Amazon. Well, we know it's available on xenu.net, at cnu.net. And it is the handwritten thing by L. Ron Hubbard is on xenu.net for free. All right. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to you, not to me. Hi. How are you? Okay, One Love says, Tori, I had a young person talking about their troubles, and I quoted you and said, jump and the net will appear. Leap and the net will appear. It was so appropriate and helped them a lot. Ah, cool. That's an expression that I love too. OT3 is on TAMU discounted. Wow, you better get it quick because their prices are going up because of all this stuff going on. Hi, Gina. Yeah, I had a guy yesterday. I went to the grocery store and I was just walking up and this guy said, hey, I know you from YouTube. We had a talk. Some guy that I met yesterday, Drew. I walked up to Ralph's and he walked out and said, hey, I know you.
Oh, sweet.
YouTube. Oh, glad I could catch you. Me too, Gina. Definitely. That's really cool. One Love about thank you for talking to that person. You never know when you can help someone, and sometimes it's amazing. We've sat out here, and there were a couple of people that were going to join the Sea Org. We're not now. Thank you very much. Oh wait, let's see. Oh, I see. Hi, Kelly BC. How are you? I don't know if you missed the earlier thing, but we went by the HGB. I mean, first we went by the testing center, and we were just sitting out in front of it with the doors open. And Drew looked in, and there was a quote about an adventure, and your adventure is starting your way. It's earlier in the video, but as soon as Drew read it, they closed the doors.
Well, the door's closed.
There goes your adventure.
So offended.
Kristen, we are outside. Kirsten. Yeah, Kirsten. Kirsten. Right, say her name. They do not want that said. Hi, Haggis. Hello. Hey, Kelly. Hey, Haggis. Definitely. So anyway, we're here for a little while. And then, oh yeah, the earlier thing, Kelly, you've got to look earlier because I have it on an earlier video. It's an earlier video we did about 15 minutes ago. But they now have a potato stand outside the HGV. I mean, Drew and I couldn't even stand across this line. Wow. Thank you very much. Put this towards a true adventure. All right. Not a stream bro. Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I will. Yeah. Thank you. Very kind. Kirsten Peterson, say 3 times in a mirror and she will appear. You know, the interesting thing about it, which I was trying to tell Lara and Audit LA, I think it's Audit LA, is that when I was helping my auditor who was working for OSA, he would always mention a sheep. He would always mention a sheep, but I would say, who is that? I will put it towards a true adventure. Thank you. And I would say, who is she? And he would say, don't ask. And I realized, am I a Scientologist? No, I'm not a Scientologist. I don't know who you're asking. SYNX, you're a Scientologist. You have to mention who you're mentioning, who you're asking that to. Anyway, they didn't want her name known. And when I got out, I saw her. Wow, thank you. And I said, Kristen. I said it doesn't matter not to you, not to me. Thank you. Thank you very much. You're world famous. Admit it. You've done more for the cause than most. Well, thank you very much. That's very sweet of you. I appreciate that. I didn't hear what the man said about how he got the spot. He didn't really tell us how he got the spot. So we have a few little plans that we're gonna do in a little bit. Not tonight, but we're gonna do it pretty soon. And then we'll see. Kirsten Peterson, you can run, but you cannot hide. That's true, Gina. So they would never tell me her name. And then finally, when I got out, I think Jesse Prince told me her name. And she was out, and I heard him say Kirsten, and I went, Kirsten, just like that. And they had a heart attack. She darted out of there really fast. They do not want her name said. So say her name whenever you can. Kirsten, you're on the internet, babe, and you're not coming off either. Maybe he's a psyo and slipping flyers into potatoes. maybe the guy with the potato truck is a Scientologist slipping flyers into the potatoes. I don't think so. He looked pretty. I don't think he is. I wonder if the potato guys are Scientologists. We're not sure. That's why we're going to go back and test it out. What's wrong with her that she had so many husbands? No idea. But that is high. That's kind of famous for Scientologists. Not all of them. I had one, but more than, especially Sea Org, they tend, because you remember they can't have any sex until they're married. So a lot of them get married very young, and they're not really, you know, I can't speak for all of them, but I know some where I would think, really, you're going to marry that guy? And soon after they divorce and then they marry someone else, and that's how it kind of goes. So that's what I think. Hey, Tori. Hi, Moose on the Loose. All right. Moose on the Loose is here. That's a good name. Moose on the Loose. Hotties with a sprinkle of niacin. Kirsten Peterson should have one. Uh-oh. One love. Hey, Moose. One love. Gotta wrap those taters in something. We'll have to go back and see, but if you watch the video, he doesn't, to me, he doesn't seem like a Scientologist, but they could be. It could be, I could be wrong. Does it matter to you, not to me, Tori? I would love you and Mindy to stream together. The care factor you both have is strong. That'd be cool. I'd love to do it. I just don't want her to get in trouble. I want to make sure she's safe. So if she's up for it, I'm up for it. Hey, Haggy Basher, and hey, Sally. Hi, Sally. Thank you all for coming by. All right, so now I'll give you a little tour of. Here's the exciting building with nobody in it. All the windows are still shut, as you can see. For people that are cause over life, that doesn't exactly scream that, does it? And then even the restaurant's not really doing much, huh? Compared, of course, we're here on what night is tonight? Tuesday. So Tuesday night, maybe part of it. Hey, Tori and everyone. So happy to see so many going back to protest. I know. Hey, Marcy knows. Hi. It seems to me that the potato guy was rather aloof to you. He would barely answer your questions. Yeah, but that's I I think I know what that is. All right. 5 memberships. Thank you very much. Who is that? Who is that? Does it matter to you, not to me? Thank you. That was very sweet. Very kind of you. He gifted me 5 memberships. All right. Very kind. I love that. All right. And Sally got a membership. Gina got a membership. Cool. Peter got a membership. Hi. We won't bite you. Don't worry. And Deb got a membership. All right, cool. The weather improvement has helped the movement. It's true. It's very true. Yeah, it's like when it's cold, when it's really cold, it's too cold to be out here. Nice rib guy. I know. Really nice. Very cool. Sally Byer. Thank you for the gifted membership. I know that was cool. Rib guy. Very cool. Oh, hit the wrong thing. And Drew helped me set up something else with my computer today, this afternoon. Cheers. Support you streamers, folks. Tori has been doing this longer than a lot of us have been alive. True, 24 years I've been doing this. Hey, happy to see you here too. Hey, all right. Kelly, thanks. I did 2 winter protests and it was very unpleasant. I know. Yeah, me too. Too much. It was too much. Especially this winter, it's very cold. I don't know why. Way to make a gal feel old. Big body. I am old. I'm 77. That's old. So, you never know. But I don't feel it. So I don't care. I know kids that are, I remember, I won't say who, but somebody that you guys know stayed at my house when my son was younger and I was younger and I was married and he came over and I went in to see him and I said, what do you plan on doing when you grow up? And he goes, oh, I'm going to be working at in. I think they were 10. And I'm like, you're going to be working at Int? I was like, are you kidding me? You're 10 years old. It's unbelievable. But that guy was old. Do you see what I mean? At 10, he was old. I'm 77 and I feel younger than he did. I did okay. It made your gal feel old with Kelly. He knows that I know he loves me. I love cats, all right. Mom, what shoes are you wearing? I know who mom is. If you're talking to me, I'm wearing my sneakers, as usual. I'll tell you a funny story about that if you want to hear it. Tell me if you want to hear it. They're always the same inside. Damn, Kelly, you have to word it that way. Well, damn, Red guy. Wow, 77, amazing. I wanna I wanna have the same beautiful spirit like you at 77. I know Jessica always says, I'm gonna be like her at 77. And I always say, and I was like her when I was her age. So we're very similar. Very similar. Okay, Tori is a distant runner. Even streets can't keep up. That'll be the day when you make me cry. You can watch my Facebook site and see my brother do his air his air guitar at his birthday party. I know Scientology owes you $1 million. Curious, what did you do for work after Scientology? If you don't mind. Well, I was going to be an auditor. That was my plan. But then they don't really make any money. So I ended up getting into sales, and I'm very good at it. I've been I've been in sales selling security systems, gold, jewelry, um, you name it. I've encyclopedias. Yeah, I have a lot of fun stories on sales. Thank you, Rochelle. I appreciate that. You're looking adorable as usual. I would have been fun to know you in your hippie days. It's fun to know me now. But yeah, I would have been. I think I'm more fun now than I was in my hippie days, honestly. I wasn't really, it was kind of a tricky time for me. I enjoyed it, but it was, I don't know. I was looking for, what I was looking for, and I thought Scientology was it. What would you be your top 3 sales tips? Okay, number 1 is never give up because somebody will buy if you keep persistent. Number 2 is make a list of 20 circles. And you have to get all those 20 no's before you can get upset and go have a cup of coffee. And the third one is ask for the close. That's it. But that's how it started. My friend, I was working at Apple School as a teacher, and I was making, I think, $200 a week or something. And she was making 1,000 selling gold jewelry. And she said, Tori, you got to get out of here and come make some money. You're welcome for the tips. So I said, okay. So Drew, go up the stairs. Drew, go up the stairs. Okay. No. She's like, no.
It's getting too long, man.
I forgot where I was. Yeah. What was I saying? Okay. So Vicky said you got to sell jewelry. So she took me downtown. I took my little savings of I think $2,000 and bought $2,000 worth of jewelry. And she took me to the Hall of Administrations downtown and showed me they were all buying gold, gold and silver and everything. And she said, you could see they're busy buying. So, oh, thank you. Wow. So, now somebody else, Christian. All right. All right. Cool. So, I go down there, spend my savings. I buy all this jewelry. She says, just go to the Hall of Administrations. You already saw that they all buy there. I thought, okay. So I go there and I walk in and I say, does anybody want to get some jewelry? I have some jewelry. And they go, get out. There's no soliciting in here. And I go out. I feel awful right away. right? And I go to the next place, and every place I went to, get out. There's no soliciting. And so finally I go and I get a cup of coffee, and I always carry a little notebook with me, always, because I can never remember anything. Plus, I needed to write notes on, right? So I have a million of these. It's like a little notebook. So I get out my notebook. See, they're like this. They're really cool. So I get out my notebook and I write down, okay, this is awful. I put all my savings into this. I don't have, no one's buying. This is a nightmare, blah, blah, blah. And then I decide, okay, you have to get 20 no's before you can get upset. And if you get 20 no's, then you can go have a cup of coffee and start again. Because I knew it was a numbers game. I just knew it was. So I wasn't soliciting. I'm not soliciting now. What are you talking about, Larry? Get out. No soliciting. Anyway, so, oh, you mean they were saying that to me? Yeah, get out, no soliciting. Exactly. So, but I've got my 20 no's and I've got my 20 little circles. So now they go, no, get out of here. There's no soliciting. And I check it off and I go, thank you very much. Because I figure, okay, I'm closer to my win, right? And I keep checking it off. I check it off. I get to 18 no's, which is a lot of no's to take. And this lady goes, oh my God, I am so happy you came in. I want to buy this $1,000 necklace. So I made $500 right there that day and went home. And I thought, wow, amazing. So that was my thing forever in everything I did. I just had to get 20 no's before I could get upset. And I've never gotten 20 no's. So there you go. That's my big secret. But anyway, I had fun with it. I like I sold encyclopedias. This was the first thing I sold. I was selling encyclopedias in the 70s, I think, the early 70s. And this guy said, okay, you're really good at it, but I'm going to take you somewhere where no one will buy encyclopedias here. And I said, okay. So I went with the owner of the company, and we go down to this very poor area, and we go inside, and he gives his little pitch. You can tell he doesn't care at all. And they say, no, we don't have the money. And he says, okay, let's go, to me. And I said, well, now wait a minute. Yeah, I always have a notebook, always. I'm tapping into my notepad from my memory. Yeah, it really helps. If you have any kind of thing where you want to remember stuff. I don't know how people remember stuff without notebooks, but the guy that runs Virgin Airlines, he always carries one of those, and one other really cool guy, and me. So there you go. I'm sure other people do too. I'm just teasing. But anyway, he said, they're not going to buy. So let's go. So we go in, he gives his pitch. They say no. And he says, all right, let's go. And I go, well, wait a minute. Can I say something to him? And I asked the mom, I said, you have 3 children. She goes, right. And I said, okay, so how far is it from the earth to the moon? And she goes, I don't know. And I go, exactly. Most people don't know. And I give her 3 or 4 examples of things nobody would know. And she goes, I don't know those. And I said, I know. But that's why we have encyclopedias, which is like a Google now, right? But back then they didn't have Google. They didn't have the internet. They had encyclopedias. So I said, if you get this encyclopedia, you can not only find the answer to that question, you can find the answer to every question that your child has. So your child is going to be smarter than most kids, because at home, they're going to be learning these things that most kids, their parents are waiting for them to learn it in school. But your kids are already going to learn it. And she goes, I'll take it. And we had an adult one and a children's one. And she said, I'll take them both. And bought them both. And the guy walked out. He goes, I can't believe you closed those people. And I said, but it's because I care about them. You know what I mean? I didn't sell it to make money. I sold it because I care about them. And that's why I closed it. And that's why I was good at it. I also sold, this is the last one I'll tell you, but I sold security systems, and they were all engineers and me. And I was sort of like Lucille Ball out selling security systems, but I closed it. I was the top salesperson And they would laugh at me every meeting, and I'd say, "You guys can laugh all you want, because I'm laughing all the way to the bank. The top name on the list is mine. And that's all that counts, as far as those guys." So anyway, that's what I did after Scientology for many, many years, for really a long, 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 long time, even after I left Scientology. So now let me just check your notes. Did you always keep a notepad? Yeah, I did. Always. Um, we had a 2 full set of encyclopedias. Exactly. I know they were great. I love the story. Thank you. Does it matter to you? Not to me. I know. I know. It's a favorite one for me because, especially the guy with the encyclopedias. It was like, he's such a dick. It's like, how could you just say that to those people and just walk out like, too bad you can't afford it. Bye. It's like, I was really ticked off. So it was like, no, you need this, and you, the mother, need it so your kids aren't morons. And she agreed. So anyway, that's my sales story. 250,000 miles roughly. Ooh, I don't know what you guys are talking about here. I missed it. Hi, Sophie. I guess you snuck in here. Thank you. I'm going to just call you Rib Dog because it's easier. My mom was caught in by L. Ron Hubbard. This is Larry in the 70s and dragged us siblings into it until she realized it was a weird cult. Well, at least she realized it was a cult. Good for her. I mean, it's better than a lot of them. A lot of them are still in there and they won't talk to their kids. Hey, hey, don't ever join Scientology. Good. Rib Guy says GPA went to the doctor, told him I wasn't remembering like I think you meant I used to. The doctor wrote on a piece of paper. Oh yeah, this is funny. He said, "Do this." The GPA went to the pharmacy, handed it to the pharmacist, and they laughed. This is so funny. The note said, "Take notes." And the GPA thought it was a prescription. That is so funny and so true. Everyone wanted a set of encyclopedias in the 80s. I know they were very popular. I had fun selling them. I really did. And I used mine with my son all the time back then. Kelly's laughing at Rib Guy. Interesting, Tori. Thank you. Okay. No, it wasn't Britannica. It was, I don't think. I think it was the other one. What's the other one? Encyclopedia. What are the encyclopedias? Encyclopedia Britannica and World Book. Was that it?
Yes.
World Book.
Yeah.
That was it. World Book. That was it. It was about the world. And they had the greatest, visual things for parents to teach kids about the world. It's really great. Kelly, my dad still tells that story. Meanwhile, he needs to take notes. It doesn't click. Oh, sometimes it takes a while. Yeah, I'm trying to click down and this won't let me. It is rare for ex-Scientologists to convert to another religion after they leave. Um, that's a question. I would think there'd be too much PTSD. I think it just depends on the individual. It's not my thing, but I know some people who did. I know some people who really did. Hi, Sophie. Hey, Sophie. Gary, amen, Tori. Doesn't matter, Sophie. Everybody's saying hi to you, Sophie, in New Zealand. JB808, hi there, Sophie says. By the way, don't join Scientology. Nice story. Well, I let every young person know that. I don't, and all of them now, they used to say, well, they have a right to their own religion. Now they go, absolutely not. Way to go, Osa. Way to go. You fucked it up over and over. I'm going, despite all the signs telling me I'm getting too old. I'm gonna fight. Yeah, put some purple in your hair. That's what I did. I turned 70. I thought, whoa, way too old. I gotta do something very weird. So I put purple in my hair. And you know what? Surprisingly enough, I get a million compliments on it. It's really surprising. I really didn't think so. I thought people would be mad at me saying you're too old to have purple in your hair, but it's the exact opposite. World Book, that was it. That's right. Thank you for my membership. Doesn't matter. Yeah, good job. Doesn't matter. That really kind. Now I'm trying to remember what the other. Well, there was Encyclopedia Britannica, the World Book, and I don't remember the other ones. Those are the two that mainly everybody got. Hi, Karen. Lapisha. Hello. Me too, Sophie. Hey, Lapisha. Thanks for the gifted membership. Nice. Kenny Adtow. Adtox. I hi. Yo-Yo's World Book 2023 Encyclopedia volume set on Amazon for $900. Wow. Still expensive. I mean, considering, I mean, it isn't that much, but kind of, for encyclopedias when you've got Google, does it matter to you, not to me? Hi. Hi. Don't get in Scientology. Are you a Scientologist? You are? I thought you were. You look familiar. I think we spoke. I'm Tory. Kevin. Kevin. But you're staying in? You're staying in Scientology? I've been in and out for years. Why do you go back? Just out of curiosity. Because, well, just to give you a little background on me. I was born in a family that was not religious and not creative. Right. And I was both. Right. So I went to whatever church my best friends were going to. Okay. So I got exposed to all the different forms of Christianity by the time I was 11. Wow. And then I studied Zen Buddhism for a year. Me too. Really? Yeah. It's still, before I got in Scientology. I still love Buddhism. Me too. It's great. Then I studied I Ching, I Ching. Yeah, for a year, which actually rehabbed my ability to write poetry. Wow. That was, I mean, and I love the way they present spiritual concepts with nature imagery. That one I haven't ever read. Oh, it's really big, right? Yeah, it's pretty big. Yeah. So then I studied the Kabbalah, which is the mystical Jewish tradition, which is actually the philosophical basis of the Jewish religion. Right. But Jews were forbidden to read it. Wow. Only in recent decades, maybe about 60 years ago. And this is which Jewish one? Sorry? Which one is it? Kabbalah. Kabbalah. So then I studied Sufism, which is the Islamic mystical tradition. You are really. So I was searching. Yeah. And then I had a severe drug issue. Okay. And I tried all different solutions. Nothing worked. So then, well, just to give you some point of comparison, AA has a 12 to 30% success rate. Right. Scientology drug program has a 78% success rate. So they said. Oh yeah, it's documented. So I know people who've worked there, so I have a different view on it. But it worked for you. It worked for me. Okay. So then I got very curious, and as a searcher, I found a tremendous amount of knowledge. And stolen from L. Ron Hubbard, from all those things that you mentioned that you read. No, yeah, no, he does acknowledge
the past searchers, but he made his own discoveries that were unique to no
Like what?
other religion.
I
About
was
the
in it for 30 years. So
you what?
I was in Scientology for 30 years.
Okay, well then what am I telling you
No,
about?
but I want to know what I haven't found anything that he discovered. So I'm curious. I'm not asking you
So
to
the
be
reactive
snotty,
mind,
huh?
the reactive mind.
And do you think that's real?
I know it's real.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
See, that's the problem.
well, see-
Let me ask you this:
Okay.
the reactive mind, moments of pain and unconsciousness, of course, is real, but being able to erase it, that is not real.
oh, it is.
Okay.
I've experienced it,
Okay.
so I know.
So you're clear.
Yes.
Okay.
And
That's where we differ, because to me, I
did
never.
you ever go clear?
Well, yes, of course. I'm
Really?
OT7. I was on OT7 for
Well,
7
what
years.
happened?
I basically they have a very dark side to them that you obviously don't know, but it's seriously dark. And my auditor tricked me into helping him handle the internet on I know it sounds really weird, but
No.
this guy was in the Sea Org for years. So he was like my best friend and auditor, and introduced me to some very dark stuff that they do. And I was like, I know, I was the same,
Well,
believe me.
I haven't experienced it. So.
I know I hadn't either until the day that I went to leave and they canceled my van. And they'd been sending me out. They used to have people protesting. Were you around when that happened?
What year?
It doesn't matter. They for the 80s, 90s,
Yeah,
and
I
people.
got introduced to Scientology in '81.
Okay, so you
So
saw
that was the
so
wild
they had
point.
people protesting and they'd send me out to handle it, right? And they would tell me things and I'd be like you, like, it doesn't happen. I really didn't think so until they canceled my van. And that was the beginning of it. I went to leave. I kind of woke up. It's like you're a bit in a coma state when you're in a cult.
They talk about the van taken to the airport. You're like, where's my van?
Yeah,
They call the van company. It's been canceled.
by an anonymous person,
Right.
right? They wouldn't say who. And the vice president was at LAX. So it wasn't like just some weird person. It was the vice president of the Church of Scientology.
When was that?
2000, July 2000.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
So, and then it went on from there. They chased me across the country. The Tampa police got me out of the Tampa airport. I know it's stuff you don't know. So it's kind of like, it doesn't seem real.
I don't
And
have
it
any
did
way
to
to
me.
know it.
I know. I didn't either. So I understand where you're coming from. I do. And I'm happy you're happy. I don't have any.
And I respect your beliefs.
Yeah. I mean,
And we've had similar experiences,
yeah.
With
Yeah.
various religions.
Yeah. So I wish
I
you
gotta
well.
go.
I
Yeah,
do.
you too.
All right. You take care. All right. Well, there you go. Some people you can save and some people you can't. You can tell that guy was not leaving. Well, he's been in and out, so he may remember. Thank you for my membership. Doesn't matter. Yeah, the pizza. Nice. Now I'm trying to remember what the other encyclopedia brands are. Oh, yeah. Me too, Sophie. All right. Well, you can Google it. Use Google. Just ask, what are all the names of the encyclopedias? Ask to read that Google. Google is your friend. Hi, Kenny. All right. Doesn't matter. Oh, damn. Uh-oh, what happened? What are you damning about? Hi to everybody I missed from Sophie. I should have saved them. Some people, you could tell I was there. I know where he's coming from. And hello, little doggies. Oh, he's so cute.
What do you guys do?
Huh?
What do you guys do?
I just wanted people not to get in Scientology. I was in it for 30 years. And I woke up after 30 years and escaped out. And so, they're after young people. Do you speak another language or you're just, you
I
own?
speak Spanish too.
Right. And they're very much after dual language people. Big time. Big time. And if do you have Latina roots at all?
What?
Are you Latina?
Yeah.
Right. Big time. I mean, on a list of 1 to 10, Latinas are like 9 to 10 for them.
Really? Why?
Yeah. And unfortunately, you guys are really nice. And I know this because I was in and went and talked to people. And so it's just like you have to be careful because they basically are after your money. That's really what it is. It's a money making thing. It looks good. They got a lot of buildings, but if you look inside the buildings, there's not that many people. There used to be hundreds when I was in. I love your doggies. Are these both yours?
Yeah.
They're so cute.
Thank you so much.
Huh?
Thank you. Thank you.
They're very sweet. I love this one that you're holding.
He's very anxious, so
I know, he looks like it.
yeah. That's why he's shaking.
I love his eyebrows.
Thank you. Thank you.
Really sweet.
Thank you.
All right, well, have a
Bye.
wonderful night. That's interesting that that guy remembered me, right? Drew?
Yes.
The other guy.
Oh, you remembered me.
Yeah.
Oh.
He said, we've had this conversation before, or we've talked before.
Oh, okay.
So,
So yeah, you must have cornered her before.
yeah. Tori, my cousin married a guy who cuts up encyclopedias. Oh, he creates beautiful sculptures with them. Well, that's nice. That's nice. Okay, no, wait. Hello. Oh, yeah, Encyclopedia Americana. You're right. Was a brown set of volumes. Oof. I love the poem. Warning, dot, dot. When I am an old woman, I shall wear purple book by Jenny Joseph. First heard it in primary junior school. Wow. Well, I guess I picked up on it. I think collecting books and encyclopedias is important. So much censoring of the writing of history. Hey, you, don't ever get in it.
Were you shooting something?
I was in it for 30 years.
Oh, yeah.
I am. But I'm warning people not to get into Scientology. It's a mind control cult pretending. It's really a business. It's a fraudulent business pretending to be a religion. That's what it is. So if you want religion, this is not it. Hubbard was against God, Jesus, churches, angels. It's like, no. It's a big building. It was a hospital. They bought it. That's what they do now. That's their new thing, is buying buildings because they can't get people in anymore. So don't you get roped into it. You are. Have a good night. See, my little. I finish upper. Finish stepper. Okay. There's an artist here who makes amazing collages out of National Geographic. Wow. I hope he says why he turned into why he turned to this fake religion. This guy's hard out is he is a Scientologist. This guy's hard out. I don't know what that means. Okay, bro lives on the dusty shelf in the library. Very well said. Michelle, he may be doing the lower levels. Now, which people think are helpful? No, he wasn't doing the lower levels. I would know that. Yeah, exactly. 78% no way. I know. He's a plant. No, I don't think he's a plant. I think he's just a really, unfortunately, brainwashed person. I was too. You can go watch Bunker's videos with me where I'm like, Scientology works. It's like, hello. This man is hysterical. Narking on 70 something success. I knew I asked about that because of you, Rib God. I knew you would love that. Wow, a Scientologist who is talking to an SP. I know that was a little fishy. It was. But when he told me about all the different religions he's been studying, I can kind of see. And that was a bit how I was, where I didn't really give a shit about this SP crap. You know, it's like, okay, whatever. Hello, little doggy. Pretty. Very pretty. Or he's protesting outside Big Blue Scientology. That is correct. It doesn't matter to you, not to me. Darkenheim claims 78% success rate. As a 5-year contracted staff member working in the trenches of the largest narconon on the planet, their success rate is actually about the same as AA, 12 to 20%. I kind of knew that, but and I've also heard that they sell drugs. You know, the kids get out and deal drugs and shit like that. It's bad. It really is. But I knew he was a Scientologist. This is gold. Hi, everyone. I love how gentle she is being, trying to get the info across. Yeah, I thank you, Kelly. I appreciate that. I was trying to be gentle because I've been there and I know being mean or yelling at someone or just spitting out facts on how nasty it is. You just don't hear it. You know, the plexiglass slows down and it just bounces off. Whereas if someone will actually talk to you, like you never know, he might walk away and be thinking about it, you know, a little bit. I should have given him a website. I forgot to do that. That's what I should have done. That's what I always try to do is give someone a website. Hey, hey, I like your hair. Pretty.
Yours.
Thank you. Thank you. Hello. Have a good night. You're on OT3? OT2. Okay. Got his briefcase. That's the same guy. He's got his briefcase. He's on OT2. Same Kelly, effective and compassionate, empathetic. Uh-oh. The dogs are getting in a big fight here. I don't know if you can see if it's a light. They got them apart. Scientology. The biggest signs, along with IKEA, that can be seen from the moon. And compassionate, empathetic. That's, I mean, I just do what, you know, like, you know, do what you wish someone would have done to you. And that was it. You know, one guy was nice to me like that. Well, two. I mean, Andreas, obviously, but before him was a guy who just asked me, you know, we were out protesting. And he said, can I ask you a question? And I said, and it was the first person who asked me a question. You know, everyone else was yelling these quote unquote facts that it was just bouncing off the plexiglass. And I said, yeah, sure. What is it? And he said, if you're free, why can't you read certain books? And he really asked it in a way where he wanted to learn the answer to it. It wasn't like, you know, if you're free, why can't you read certain books? You know, that kind of thing, which a lot of critics tend to do. And then people don't hear it. And I said, well, I can. I can read anything I want. I just don't want to read certain books. And that's why I don't read them. And he said, okay. And he walked away. He came back a few minutes later and he, I just asked you this again. And I go, yeah, go ahead. He goes, if you're free, why can't you read certain books? He just kept asking me that. And I went home and I, just like that guy, he may go home and not be able to stop thinking about it. Although he's on OT2, so they'll probably get him, see this, send him to ethics, go for it, do it. I should have warned him because that's what'll happen. They'll send him to ethics and put him in a lower condition. Hello, beautiful Tori. Hello, mods. Hi, Arlene. Yo. Yeah, it is more effective. I know Tori is too sweet. I'm not too sweet. I'm not too sweet. I'm just empathetic and compassionate. Too sweet is like pathetic. But I don't think you mean that so because I know you know. Me. But darn dog needs to go out. I'll be back in a bit. Okay, Kelly. Arlene, hi there. Well done. You put a little seed in his mind. Yeah, exactly. And he can see, if they go, oh, that's Tori. She's a declared suppressive. She's this. She's that. She's a liar. She's a this. She's a that. He's gonna go. I don't know. She was pretty nice to me, and that's where it's valuable because yes, it is a seed, and they're gonna try to stamp it out. Shall we have a nice walk? Yeah. Okay. I saw a video by Jess yesterday, and she interviewed an older Spanish lady, and it made me so sad. Many are good people just looking for help. I know. That's why, excuse me, that's why I try to warn them because they're after them, like really after them. And if you can let the Latino community know, it's very important. Be right back. Need bacon instructions. Rib guy, you cracking me up. Hi all. Hi Bridge. Woo. He's just part of the Truman Show. Exactly. Sorry, Tori. I was talking about that guy before talking to you, who is a Scientologist. Hard out is a Kiwi saying. Oh, okay. What does hard out mean? What I don't know what that means. Cult of Scientology, he had a drug issue. Yes, not buying it. I know lots of people went through AA and NA back in the 80s and 90s. Anyway, it doesn't matter. He was going to say what he was going to say, and me, I wasn't going to invalidate him. That's not going to help. That guy's going to be out after 3. Probably so. D5. You're so lovely. Hey, how are you?
Okay.
Have a nice walk.
Oh, thank you.
You're not a Scientologist, are you? Pardon me?
Terrible.
Good. You are? Wait, come here.
81 years old. I'm 81
You
years
look
old.
fantastic.
Yeah.
And you're still in Scientology?
Yeah. Did you have bad experiences?
I was in it for 30 years. So I can't say I had bad experiences. 20 years were good. But the last 10 with Miscavige, it's just, he changed the definition of that. Then, if you're 81, what year did you get in?
67.
And I got in 69. So that means all of LRH's auditing was false. All of our auditing was false up until 1990 when he changed the definition.
I haven't heard.
Well, you can.
I don't know, but I feel like it was improved actually from that's my experience. And
Have you ever had? Are you a trained auditor?
A little bit trained, not, but I didn't do. I just did the academy after the Golden Age of Tech 2, and I never did it before, but I would sometimes help if I was on other little courses, and I sometimes would help in the practical course room. And was taking people so long to like on the pro media course and stuff like that. And the solo is part 1. Well, one time it was 1 and 2 together, but it takes people so long, and now everything is just my understanding. All the stuff that wasn't LRH was taken out, and now it's just much easier because all the negative, all the stuff that wasn't LRH, and there was so much, like I got in more towards the beginning, and things were all things done wrong, confusing. Even LRH was learning things and improving.
Right.
So I feel like it's better now. That's my opinion. I'm sorry that you had some.
You don't have to be sorry. The last I was, it's like a triangle, and I got to the top. I was up here.
Okay.
And my auditor got me doing some not so cool things that, most public don't know about, that are
Okay.
very dark side of Scientology.
Mhm.
And I didn't know about it myself. And I was even doing it because they have a way of getting you to do stuff, just a little of this and a little of that, and, you know, whatever.
Appreciate it. Yeah.
But then I finally went and looked on the internet, which I hadn't, because they pretty much get you to don't look on the internet.
Well, you
And-
should go direct, yeah,
Huh?
yeah, because you should just go to directly to source and you never know if something on the internet is true or not. But anyway, yeah,
My friend in Norway has pretty much only source things on his site. It's xenu.net, xenu.net.
okay,
And it's really good. He was never in Scientology. He just took Scientology side and the critic side and kind of just wrote what the facts are. And you know, he's an incredible guy. He helped me a ton. But I recommend you look at both sides, because if your Scientology sells knowledge, communication, they can't come out and talk to me. You're like the first person, second person tonight that's talked to me. But in months, in 24 years of protesting, in the last 10 years, they can't talk to us at all. Now, why is that? If they had talked to me, I would have probably never left.
so like a lack of really communication, is what you're saying.
It's not my communication. I'm
But,
trying to
but still,
communicate.
yeah, but still on one end or the other, yeah.
You're what?
Still on one end or the other, like, so like they're communicating to
They
you.
won't communicate to any of us, any person that's out here that's unhappy with Scientology, because we don't care about the beliefs of Scientology, most people. We care about the abuses of the Church of Scientology,
Yeah,
breaking up families, stopping free speech, medical abuse. I have epilepsy. They made me get off my medicine for epilepsy.
oh,
You know, it's like they have very serious abuses that are
mhm,
should be handled. And if they
Yeah.
handled them, people would not be against them, I
Okay.
think.
yeah.
But they won't stop.
okay.
And that's where you have to go, okay, who is this guy, David Miscavige? What the hell is this? You know, why won't he at least think about it?
Uh-huh.
You know, if we were all against you and you said, look, all I want to do is talk to you,
Mhm.
wouldn't you at least go, all right, let's talk. Let's sit down and talk and have
Yeah.
a cup of coffee,
Yeah, good
right?
communication. So what, so you were like dead filed?
I'm
Yeah,
not
they
dead
don't-
foul. They know exactly who I am.
Yeah, no, but I mean, like you're considered dead filed?
No,
Because that's like,
I'm declared suppressive,
oh, okay,
but you're not in trouble for talking to me, because and that's between you and me. They'll think you're in trouble for talking to me, and
Yeah.
they'll have to tell you how bad I am, and they'll have to make up a bunch of lies about me. They told a brand new guy that was joining Scientology last Christmas that I am a CIA agent. Now,
okay.
look at me. Do I look like a CIA
I
agent?
don't know what one should look like, but no, you seem like a nice person. Yeah, so, my viewpoint is that there are some, that's definitely Scientology. I'm looking at it from, it's doing more good than harm, so I didn't try to stop others from getting into Scientology.
But that's what they
because
pitch, but that's not true. I was in it for 30 years, and
did have
every event they say how much they're expanding. They're not. Go look in the buildings. They're empty. When you and I got in, there were hundreds of people outside these orgs. Hundreds. I mean, they didn't own the complex back then. I started it at Asho on Temple Street
Yeah, yeah, I was over there. I
and
started
Celebrity
in
Center
Detroit.
down on 8th Street.
Yeah, I was, yeah, okay. Yeah, so that's my viewpoint. And my viewpoint is as long as it's helping me, if I start feeling that it's not good for me, then I won't do it,
And go check out xenu.net. Check it out. It can't hurt.
Yeah,
It won't
Okay.
hurt you. It might help you.
we can go around the block, but
All right.
yeah, I'm gonna catch a van.
Don't miss the
Yeah,
van.
Well, it doesn't come to 8:30. I think I can. You know,
All right. Well, you're very pretty.
okay.
I mean, well, all right. So nice talking to you. Thank you for stopping.
Well,
And you good luck with you.
yeah, thank you. Yeah, so I can get the people in that it helps, it's
But you
thing
know,
that helps more than anything else that I know, so don't keep people from getting in, and then if they get,
They
they
have
get
been
the
so
stuff,
mean to
then
me.
they
They
have
have
to go.
flattened my tires. They have broken up my family. They have done very mean things.
So,
You,
yeah, you've had bad experiences
yes,
there.
I have after I left.
Oh, okay.
All right, you take care. I like your pink shoes. Those are cool. Ve- ve- Very pretty. All right, you take care. Ah, Jesus. That's the second Scientologist that's talked to me tonight. Maybe we're better without the flower pots.
Oh, yeah. Huh?
Hey, Bridge. Hi. Gotta go back here and see. Uh, okay. I saw a video by Jess. Okay, you said we already read that. Okay. Okay. Hi, Bridge. Sorry, Tori. Okay, we said that. Yeah, okay, we got that. It's so lovely talking to Scientologists there, Tori. Not saying you're wrong to them, just, and okay, I believe differently. I will try to emulate you at Melbourne protesting. Cool. Hey,
Sorry.
good, thank you. I like your jacket. Nice coat. That looks warm, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Toasty warm. Hi, West Virginians. All right. Of course, I don't mean it that way. I know. I had to take the bite, just for fun. I agree, Tori. Being too sweet is not a good thing. Yeah. Thank you, Tulip. And nice to see you out. Thank you. It's fun being out. Marzi Dolitz, seems our Spanish speaking protesters have all stopped protesting. I know that's really too bad because we really need them out here. They are after the Latina community, and everyone needs to spread that around and let them know. Because you saw it. I don't know if you saw it or heard her, but each person I've mentioned it to, they're like, really? They don't know that. And they really are. They're really after him. Hard out. Okay, hard out can mean different things. I was using that. He's definitely a Scientologist, hard out. It can also mean someone intense or dedicated. I can also mean you agree with someone. Hi, good.
So
Drew, I think
curious.
someone's saying hi to you.
Hi.
Are you videotaping? I'm sorry. I'm
Yeah,
joking.
it's okay. It's
Okay.
fine.
No, I'm just so curious. You just moved into the building.
You
And
moved in here?
no, well, no, down on around the corner. But we
Be very
see
careful. I was in it 30 years.
Were
I
you?
speak from experience.
Were you making announcements a couple weeks ago outside on a loudspeaker? Oh, there was somebody very courageously walking around saying
Very loud.
basically that. Yeah. And my daughter and I were like, hey, what are you barking at?
It's okay. It's okay. We won't bite you.
Uh, and so, yeah, I don't know that much about, I've lived in LA about 30 years and I've always been curious. Why are you barking like that? You're crazy.
I know.
They're fine.
He might be cold or hungry.
Yeah, maybe so. Oh,
Here,
well,
I'm going to give you my card.
yeah, I would love to.
This is all the stuff they won't tell you.
Cool. Okay. I haven't seen the documentary,
Going Clear.
Going Clear.
My really dear friend is in it, and
Really?
it's a very good thing to watch.
I really want to see it.
It's on. I think you can see it on YouTube.
Okay. Very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's so good. Well, I'm proud of you for.
Thank you.
Very
Yeah,
nice.
yeah. Be careful because I got in it. The tricky thing is most Scientologists are nice people.
Yeah.
So you meet them and you think, God, you're so nice.
so
It
nice.
must
Yeah.
be fine.
Yeah.
And they go, well, come on in. And you go, okay.
Right.
And you have some coffee with them. And it's like, gee, these guys are really nice.
Yeah.
But as you move up the bridge to total freedom, they cut off your freedom.
Okay.
That's what actually happens. And you have to pay more and more to lose your freedom.
So you're
and it's-
paying money.
It's basically a mind control,
Yeah.
brainwashing, fraudulent business
Yeah.
pretending to be a religion. That's really what it is.
Is it still based on the original principles that are not principles, but the ideas that L. Ron Hubbard
Well, first of
started
all,
it with?
L. Ron Hubbard stole most of the stuff that he just took it from other. So people go, well, this is really good stuff. And it's like, yeah, it is, because he took it from
Okay.
Buddhism or Taoism or
Okay.
wherever.
Yeah,
And then
it was not something
repackaged
he
it and
wrote
said,
down.
he wrote it. And it's like, no, you didn't. My friend spent 10 years tracing back every single thing.
Yeah.
And everything has an earlier beginning to it.
Yeah. People are stealing from each
And
other
most of
all the
it's
time.
very free. It's free or very inexpensive, whereas Scientology is very expensive, very
I
fast,
wondered that.
very expensive.
Very crazy. Okay, well, I'm excited to.
And Hubbard said his original thing in 1949, which
Yeah.
you don't know when you get in,
Yeah.
is if you want to make money, start a religion.
Oh my gosh. And is it all tax deductible because it's not because religion doesn't get taxed, right?
Right,
Churches.
right. That's what he used to live out on a ship out in the ocean.
Uh-huh.
That's why those people in the uniforms that you see,
Yeah.
they're the Sea Organization, because they were out on the ship with L. Ron Hubbard.
Oh, so they still wear them.
They still wear them, even though they're on land, because they're the Sea Organization. And they have to sign a billion-year contract. And they rope in younger kids to do this. It's really awful. And you can't really get out once you get in. It's like the Hotel California. You can check in,
But you can
can't
never
check-
leave.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, I'm Michelle. Nice to meet you.
I'm Michelle. I'm Tori.
Nice to
and
meet you.
my YouTube site is the Tory Magoo 44.
Okay.
On there, on that
Okay,
side.
awesome. All right.
And check it out.
Doing what you're doing.
All right, and believe me, if they do see you talking to me, they will lie about me and say how awful I am.
I don't believe. Yeah, I don't believe. There are
Well, it'll be so over the top, you won't.
there are a lot of them in our building because I've watched them walk from our building here or from here to our building. So luckily, no one has tried to get me to go or anything like that. But I'm prepared for anything. So
Or just
yeah.
be cool.
Yeah.
Be yourself.
Nice to see you.
Nice
Bye.
to meet you. Bye, Michelle. That's the third Scientologist tonight. I think.
She was inside.
Oh no, she wasn't a Scientologist, but she's the third person talking to us.
Yeah.
Really stopping and
Right.
really. I mean, did you hear her when I gave her my card and everything?
Yes.
She was like, "Wow, thank you." Because she's in a tricky position. Okay, so of course, okay. Nice to see you out. Thank you. Okay, thank you for explaining that about hard out. I think I get it. I think I get it, Sophie. Okay, JB808. Wow, she's been for almost 60 years. Who? Oh, you mean the older lady? The lady that was 81. Yeah, she's been in a long time and she's still in. Hard out, it's hard headed. Hard to believe the guy would be interested in the greedy cult after studying, I know, actual religions that focus on self-reflection. I know. It was a little fishy, but you could tell he was going to do what he's going to do. He's on OT2. Sad but true. I'm surprised she's actually talking to Tori. Yeah. I guess it could mean hard-headed. It can be used in different ways. Okay. How long until security comes? They don't do that anymore because we'll film it and they know it and they're watching this. Hi, Osa. Come on out. Come on out. I dare you. Send Odo out to come talk to me and Drew. She sounds nice, this lady. She's very nice. This Tori, you're a boss. Hi, Brandon. Not really, but I try to do what I can do. This is amazing that Tori has been able to speak to 2 people tonight. I know, planting seeds. I know. And now it's 3. Jen, I know I'm starting to wonder if they're sending them out. No, you can tell, I can tell when people are Scientology plants. These guys aren't plants. JB 808, DT, yes. I think what's happening is people inside are not really happy. See, in the old days, we really did really, we were happy and we thought we were, and things were rolling along. But now things are pretty fucked up. And I think these people want to run into somebody like me. That's what I think, Osa. You go ahead and try to stop it. But you know what? You've got a potato stand next to the L. Ron Hubbard Life Exhibition, and that makes me happy. I don't think they're plants. No, no, no. Don't just make that up. You got to understand, I know plants. I mean, I really do. And these people weren't plants. The woman's voice sounds scared and tired. I'm glad you're helping her, Tori. Yeah, she was. See, so what's her name? I never ask people their names. You know what I mean? A, because they would be on camera. I know Osa watches these, so I don't want to ask them their name. And it's, hi, alligators. It's just not my business. You know, I'd rather just talk to them. I'm happy they are. Hey, hey,
Here, we're just walking to dinner.
good. Have a wonderful dinner.
You-
Thank you. Hi, Tori and Sophie from Alligator. So, all right. Twyla, all right. You look a little freaked out with that picture. DT, amazing, Tori. Amazing talk. Thank you. Yeah, I'm happy with it. She sounded nice. So sad how many good people are sucked into things like this. Well, like the older lady got in when I got in, 1969. The difference is I got out. She's not leaving, but I think some people get to a certain age and they're like, you know, I just don't think they're going to leave. Fantastic, Tori. Thank you, Lapisha. Alligators, beautiful as always, Tori. You are a bright, shining light in this gloomy world. Ah, that's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hi, Tori. Glad to see you out and about. Thank you. Care for JCYT. All right. Sophie deleted something else she wrote. Tori, you should tell her about your YouTube channel. I gave her a card and it's on it. The YouTube channel is on it. So it's easier. That's why I carry cards, because that way people, they don't have to remember it. Such great advice, Tori. You know just what to say. I don't know if I know what to say, but thank you. Thank you, Marty Dose. I, you know, I've been doing this for 24 years, so I should know a little bit of what to do. And 30 years before that. So yeah, thank you. I enjoy listening to you, Tori. Thank you, Lapisha. Don't forget to like everyone. Yeah, that's right. Hit the like buttons. Cult of Scientology. When LRH went to see. Hi,
Hello.
be careful.
Yeah.
You should carry that for your mom. She's got a big heavy bag and this kid's just walking next to her. Um did he start carrying it?
Nope.
Come on, what a
It's
jerk.
bad. Give one of the kids.
Good Lord. Well, maybe she doesn't trust him with it.
No,
When LRH went to sea, he was beyond the authority of the US government and IRS. He was beyond the authority. Right. Right. I know. JB 808, Tori, you have that effect in making everyone feel comfortable talking to you. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I like people a lot, so that helps. Hi, Osa, says Rochelle, and me, planting seeds in the plants. I don't think they were plants. I really don't. If they were, they got a good talking to. If they were plants, see, if they were plants, they wouldn't have stayed. Huh?
They got good talking to.
Yeah, they got a good talking to, but they wouldn't have stayed. They believe me. I know their rules, and they would have just said, move along. Calling random people plants with no evidence is not cool. I agree, 49ers for life. That's the way I feel. Don't just automatically decide people are plants, without any evidence at all. That's not fair. And especially when there's someone like me who's worked with OSA, and I'm saying no, they aren't. It's like, wait a minute. Gina, we know their name, Kristen Pedersen. Yeah, that's a whole different thing than these people. Ushi Burmi, all right. They all chat to you because you are so kind, personable, and engaging. You set a great example for all of us and the protesters. Thank you. I tried to. Remember, I was in when I was sent out to handle the critics and protesters when they were all screaming at me. So I know what it feels like as a Scientologist to have people just screaming facts at you. And it's awful. It doesn't work. So I have, you know, that's something that's helped me always. Now also we'll be searching 80-year-old ladies for your card. Not really. They've seen my card. Howdy, it's Michael Krieger. Hi. Wow, 100K hustle. Okay. That's a new nick. Not many people know, but my two daughters escaped Scientology. All right. Wonderful. That's fantastic, Michael. It's really good. Congratulations. I hope you're getting to hang with them. All right, so I hope, wow, we got 104 people are in here and 99 likes. All right, we're almost there. I'm so glad they escaped. When did they get out? I'm glad they're out. That's all I care about. It was because of you, Mike, Graham, and all of you. Ah, nice. The precious little lamb. Glad you got out of Scientology, Tori. Good to see you out there spreading awareness. Thank you. Yeah, it's good to be back. It was nice and warm earlier. Hasn't it gotten chilly?
Fucking chilly, yeah.
Should we head out pretty soon?
Yeah, I gotta go.
Because it's 8:30. You got to work tomorrow. All right. Well, we're going to head out. If you have any questions, please let me know. Thank you all for coming. We have 105 people here and 103 likes. All right. Thank you all for your likes. And thank you, Sophie, for moderating. Glad you got out of Scientology, Tori. Good to see you out there. Thank you. 100K hustle. That's awesome. It is. Make it back just in time to say good night. All right, Kelly. Good night. All right. Good night, Mrs. Calabash, wherever you are. And to Osa, I hope you wake up and come on out. And in the meantime, peace out.